brush, but don't say bone.
War.
Don't say d.
War.
Uh-huh. Do you see what I'm asking you to do?
Yeah.
What am I asking you to do?
Take the first letter off of the.
Okay, so we have a word that's beginning with two consonant sounds that are often blended together, like k and sn and gr and sk, but they're two separate sounds. So I need you for decoding abilities to be able to separate those sounds pretty quickly. So let's do maybe 10 more and then we'll come back to this tomorrow, okay? Say plain.
Plain.
Plain, but don't say p.
Plain.
Say snip.
Snip.
Don't say s.
Snip.
Say claim.
Plain.
Don't say k.
Plain.
Say shrug.
Shrug.
Don't say sh.
Rug.
Say fried.
Fried.
Don't say f.
Ride.
Say scan.
Scan.
Don't say s.
Stand.
Can.
Wait, what?
Say scan.
Oh,
Scan.
I think you said stand.
Well, then it would be tan, right?
Yeah, I
Say
don't know.
yeah. Say sneeze.
Sneeze.
Don't say s.
Sneeze.
Say scoop. Scoop, but don't say s.
Are we done?
Coop. Okay. Say scant.
Yeah.
Don't say s.
And.
Okay, so that's the SC. So I'm going to stop us here for now, and I'm going to make a note that tomorrow we'll work on SC in particular, and I'll break those sounds down for you. Sure, we're going to have an opportunity to fit that in. One of the things I noticed that you did on some of the reading that took place over the summer, I went back over those notes, and I noticed, Elliot, that sometimes you're misreading one word for another, and they're what we call look-alike words. So I want to bring your attention to that today. I'm going to show you a word list. Probably have you do a little encoding or spelling after this with these words too. So look at the first word and just read these words across.
Feel, down, quick, fight, chew, chow, like, weather, meet, advance, advice.
Do you see the difference between these two words? What is it?
There's an E.
And what about these two words?
There's an E on the end.
And these two words?
There's an extra O.
And this?
There are two O's instead of vowels.
The vowels are different. What about this?
There's an A. And then there's a T.
What's different about this?
Like there's a A. The vowel change.
Okay, now tell me what's similar between these two words. What do you notice about them? If you want to underline the similarities, do you see it?
Well, it's pretty much everything. They all have the same letters, just in like different amounts.
Okay, underline the first two letters here. Underline the first 4 letters here. Underline the first 3 letters here. Now underline the last letters in this word. Okay, keep going. What do you underline the first 3 letters here and here? And how about the first 3? And so what can you tell me about the way you're reading these words? Why do you think you made a mistake reading one word for the other when you did that reading?
Because they look so similar, I just go with the first word I'm most familiar with.
Do you think it's the first word? Look at the spelling patterns.
Well, the first word I'm familiar with.
Okay. Well, wouldn't you say you're familiar with all these words?
Yeah.
These are common to your vocabulary. These aren't fancy words, liked and looked. But I want to draw your attention to this. So when you're reading, you sometimes don't read the whole word or you make an assumption about the word. And that's what I want you to pay particular attention to. You're not reading the whole word. You didn't get to the E here, right? You skipped over the double O. You got to the end, but you missed the beginning. You got to the beginning. You got to the beginning, you missed the end. So you're reading a part of the word and you're filling in the blank. So what we're going to work on is reading the whole word and paying attention to that so that you can self-correct. Okay, it's really important. I don't care if you misread a word, every reader does that, but not correcting the mistake, that can lead to reading comprehension problems. right, so we'll, let's just read these words across one more time as fast as you can. Go.
Feel, fell, put, fight, choose, chose, liked, looked, whether, we, advance, advice.
Can you go faster on your own? I'm going to transition over this thing. One more time.
Wait. Feel, fell, quit, quiet, chose, choose, like, look, whether, we, advance, advice.
Got it. Okay, good. Doing great.
Wait,
I'm
were
gonna,
all those right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, on those. Yeah. Great. Yeah. They were all correct, Elliot. You seem surprised.
I just never got it wrong for some reason.
This is to draw your attention to not only sight words that we might want to discuss if you misread, but also, and by sight words, I don't mean words that don't attend to the code. I mean words that are already just coded in your own brain. That's what we call sight words. So I also want to listen to you, and I know you're a little stuffy, but I do want to listen to you read aloud these sentences, because I want you to visualize the sentences while you're reading it, and I want you to work on not only accuracy, but expression. So as you read the sentences, think about the sentence, think about expressing it, think about then being able, to be accurate at the same time. In the meantime, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. You can read these however you want, but I'm looking for accuracy and rate. So 2 things, accuracy and rate. Go ahead.
Answer, woman, tightly, afternoon, poodle, bucket, driveway, snail, stage, rice, bumblebee, seaweed, meanwhile, sweet, drive, dings, miles, jumped, runner, alone, ride, sneaked, grumpy, spelled, planted.
Perfect. Okay, come back to that. Now read these sentences.
I could have sneaked a lot of.
Try again.
I could have sneaked. I could have sneaked with. I could have sneaked a look at the list on the desk, but I didn't.
Why was that throwing you? You read that 3 times before you decided to go forward. Were you thinking that there was going to be something that came after I sneaked up? Were you thinking of something else, like I sneaked a candy or something?
Like I sneaked a lot of candy. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. Okay. That's why this is here. So what I want you to do is, because I noticed this about you, I want you to trust the words that are in front of you. Just go for it. Okay. Trust the words in front of you and read them. Because what's happening a lot of times with your reading, Elliot, is that you're assuming that something's going to follow. And when it doesn't, you go way back to the beginning of the phrase and you reread it. These are accurately read. You're reading with accuracy. What I need you to read is with fluency. So push through that thought and be open. Be open to what the author might be willing to tell you, not what you think is going to happen. Okay? All right, we're going to try that. We're going to try to be open. Say, oh, be open. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. And you see this, what does that mean?
Cortez remarks, I mean someone's talking, saying
Okay.
something.
Okay, so give it your best shot. It's a dry run.
As a matter of fact, he went on, I feel bad about this.
Now these are just sentences, so that's another sentence, okay? All right, come to the next sentence.
Paige went to the vet and picked up her poodle. Ginny. I forgot about that.
Yeah, all the way across. Do you want to use a pencil to track?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like some ginger snaps?